Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. The Illusionists are back on Broadway this holiday season with their dazzling new show called Magic of the Holidays. And we're here at the Marquis Theatre to bring you a sneak peek, and I even got in on the act with America's Got Talent winner, Shin Lim.
And we're going to make it unique. We're also going to write your name right over there on the top. Right over there at the top. Last year, before AGT or any of that this happened, I never would have expected to even be here, and so like being here right now after AGT, it's just kind of been a whirlwind, and I'm just so grateful.
Okay, so take me back to the beginning when you were growing up. How did you decide, like, I want to do this?
Well, I thought it would get me a girlfriend, so my brother actually showed me the first card trick, and he taught it to me, and so that was the first time I was like, you can actually learn magic, because that was so surreal to me. I had always seen magicians, and I never actually I never thought that I could do it. And so finally when he said, oh yeah, you can do it too, just take a deck of cards, learn it on YouTube. And that's how I got started. This is such a family-friendly show. I think it kind of brings everyone together. If, some people may not like magic, and I think even if that's the case, there's so much stuff in here that's not magic. There's comedy, there's sleight of hand, and then there's light balance, which is kind of like a magical dance group. And so there's just so much in the show that's so much variety, and I think people are gonna love it.
So I was never into magic really. I was fascinated by Sherlock Holmes and the idea of looking at someone and knowing everything about them. So I went to university quite young. I was 15 when I went to college to study forensic investigation, specialized in criminal profiling, got into comedy, mixed it all together, and here I am. I think the audience love this show because of the pace of it, the variety in it, the range of magic, and the fact that unlike any other show in Broadway, this is fully immersive. People come here and we make them the stars. Our job as performers is to engage people and make them look amazing. That's the goal here, and I think that's why people come back year on year to see what new stuff we've come up with.
So it all started with two friends one of them, he is a kickboxer champion, and he did this karate show. And another guy who was his friend, he was the programmer, IT guy. And they were like, why don't we just combine these two things together and create some kind of a show with light together? And this is how it all started, long ago, maybe 5 years ago or 5 years ago. And then they started bringing more athletes in the beginning and then dancers to the show.
The precision is perfection. How do you work on that?
It's their trademark secret.
You have to kill me, right?
Right, yeah.
Everybody loves illusion and magic and what you all do, what it means to them.
Что значит для вас реакция зрителей вообще шоу иллюзионистов тоже и ваше?
Можно сказать, что это то, для чего мы работаем, для зрителей, для того, чтобы нести свет и счастье.
Basically, the idea is that this is why they are here. This is their purpose. They work for the audience. They work for their happiness, and they bring light to the audience. And that's their main aim and goal.
I do something a little bit different in the show. I do what's called geek magic, which is the closest you can get to real magic. It's everything I do, it is real. There's no tricks. It is what you see is what you get. I don't want to give too much away, but you will be shocked, you'll be surprised, you will not expect what I'm going to show you. The cast have been so amazing. The boys are great. They're very supportive. I think it's actually, I'm the only one that hasn't worked with the Illusionists before, I think. So it's been such a wonderful experience. Obviously a lot of changes, a lot of, creating the show before we come to New York, but what an amazing time. I feel very, very lucky to be sharing the stage with them.
magic. It's all magic. And the birds, that's actually something I've been working on since I was like 10 years old. And I've been doing it my entire life. And that's sort of become like my signature piece, if you will. It's gotten me literally booked all over the world. And I say that, to be grateful and thankful. It's amazing that, something that I started doing when I was 10 years old and have worked my entire life has brought me here.
Let's just talk about the audience's reaction. Everybody likes illusion and magic. What's it like performing for like an audience here on Broadway?
Oh, it's amazing, and especially in a show like this where there's such a wide variety of magicians and illusionists, where there's so many different styles and elements involved, and just seeing their faces every night and hearing the reactions and seeing how receptive they are to it is why we all do it.
Great, I love being back at the Marquis. I love being here on Broadway. This is the most fun interviewer in the entire Broadway scene right here. I think the Marquis Theatre, in my opinion, is the best one for our show. It's just laid out perfectly for magic. Everyone has a great sight line. And this is Magic of the Holidays, so it's magic with a holiday twist, which who doesn't love that? I mean,
take me back to the first year. I mean, that was your first time on Broadway. It was new for everybody. I mean, what do you remember about that first year you were here?
I remember all of us feeling out of place and that we shouldn't be here. It was like we were all like, "Are we really doing this? Is this actually a thing?" And then we came out and we did it, and it was like another show. It was like just the crowd laughed the same way they do in another town. They cheered the same, and so it was. But it was a very new thing, And now I think that now this is the Illusionist's fourth time back here on Broadway. It's like it's kind of become a little staple of the holiday season here, and it's just really cool to be able to come back here. And I think that magic is so popular right now in New York and across the country that it's the perfect fit over the holidays, especially.